And our opening hymn is number 1024 in your teal hymnal, When the Spirit Says Do.
You gotta do when the Spirit says do. Gotta do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you gotta do, oh Lord. You gotta do when the Spirit says do. 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 You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. Gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta do, oh Lord. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. 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 You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit says dance, you gotta do it, Lord. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. 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 You gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh. Laugh when the Spirit says laugh. When the Spirit says laugh, you gotta do it, Lord. You gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh. 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 You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. Shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you gotta shout, oh Lord. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. 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 You gotta do when the Spirit says do. Gotta do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you gotta do, oh Lord. You gotta do when the Spirit says do. You gotta do. Spirit says 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 do.
Good morning. I'm the Reverend Molly Hausch-Gordon, the minister of this congregation. I am a white woman in her late 30s with long red hair pulled back in a ponytail, a black full-length jumpsuit, a very sparkly rainbowy scarf, and a teal blazer. And we now light our chalice, the symbol of our faith in the community that holds us and the bright flame of the human spirit that unites us. As we do, will you please join me in our weekly words of affirmation printed in your order of service? Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And we are now very lucky to have a very special drag story time with Autumn Equinox. And I think if kids want to come up front and watch closely so you can see the illustrations, you are very welcome to do so.
Thank y'all. Hello. There we go. Hello? Tis on? No. You can hear me? Oh, okay. No, that's just my voice. Hello? Ah, see? See, you think, oh, yeah, they're talking into a microphone. No, they're just really loud. Okay, so this is an adorable book. I love it. It's a book about different families. Is it okay if I take this off? Yes. Okay, cool. All right. Ooh, hello. It's a book about different families. It's written by, believe it or not, two fathers who wrote this together. They are a married couple. It's very adorable. It's written about their daughter, and it's called Daddy and Dada, written by Ryan Brockington and Isaac Webster, and illustrated by Lauren May. You guys can see that, Dada? Okay. No? Oh, you're good? Okay. All right. Hi, my name is Rumi. The little girl's named Rumi. She has blonde hair like you. I am 4. How old are you? You do not need to know that. That is none of your business. I have 2 dads, Daddy and Dada. Daddy sings songs with me. Dada reads me stories. Oh, she has a little unicorn. Stan. They love me this much. I have a baby brother named Xander. You spell his name with an X, but it sounds like a Z. I like to make him laugh. He likes to pull my hair. I also have a dog. Her name is Betty. She's very loud and very funny. We're a family, all 5 of us. Daddy, Dada, Xander, Betty, and me. They're hiking. Come on. Turning pages. Some of my friends have 1 dad and 1 mom. Some of my friends have 1 parent. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. Okay. Daddy and Dada told me that families come in all shapes and sizes. 2 dads, 1 dad, 1 mom, 2 moms. Whole spectrum there. When we walk down the street, I see families of 3, families of 4, and families of 5. A boy in my neighborhood lives with his grandma and her fluffy cat. That makes a family of 3. I know twins who have 2 dads, and 2 brothers, and 3 dogs. That makes a family of 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3, 9. Whoa, they have a big car. You would need one. I know families who dance, families who sing, families who ride bikes, and families who play sports. Families are all different. I also have 2 grandmas and 2 grandpas. This is Nan and Pops. This is Grammy and Papa. Plus there's Uncle Tai Tai and Uncle Rai Rai. I danced at their wedding and it was really fun. And I love to visit Aunt Katie, Uncle Jeremy, and my cousins Ellie and Everett. One of my friends calls me her sister, and my dad says that's cool because sometimes friends are just like family. So really, I have a lot of people in my family, plus Betty, the dog. This is us, Daddy, Dada, Xander, Betty, and me. Tell me about your family. My family. I have a son named Archie, who is a cat. He's in his terrible twos now, so he's just pawing and teething at everything that's precious and dear to me. Couches, wigs, my heartstrings. Oh. I have a mom, a sister, and a brother. They live in Seattle, and I'm going to be visiting them this coming weekend. That's exciting for me. And on top of that, I have what is called a chosen family. So a chosen family is what happens when you have so many friends and you have so much love for them that they feel like that they are blood relatives. So, fun fact, in the LGBTQ plus community, sometimes, well, it's not really a fun fact actually, but sometimes people don't accept us for who we are. So we have to find people that do accept us, and we call them our chosen family, because sometimes things don't work out with your blood relatives, and that's fine too. We all have our own paths, and thankfully I have a very supportive family and a very supportive chosen family. Yeah. For those at home, we just did a little finger spirit dance thing that was real cute. And that was my family and Daddy and Dada. And I will be right back.
Costume change.
Yes. Man, it's really hard. I don't know if you guys caught this. It's really hard operating this thing. Yeah, just go.
And in this congregation, we are lucky because as well as whatever families and chosen families we also have a beautiful, supportive community that is our congregation. And every week, we embody that support for one another by sharing our joys and sorrows stones, which is a weekly embodied ritual where we take a stone, infuse it with all the hopes or joys or sorrows or prayers that we carry with us, release it into the water that represents the care of this community that holds us in an even larger circle than the families that we choose and find. For those of you with us in the room, you'll be welcome to come forward and take a stone and drop it. For those of you with us at home, I'd like to invite you into a moment of quiet contemplation during some reflective music to imagine the burdens of your heart lifted and held by this community, encompassing those here and those not here, those at home and across our town and country. I now invite you into this time of contemplation. And I conclude this time of prayer with a prayer written by the Reverend M. Barclay, a minister with Infleshed Ministry for Liberation, which is called A Queer Take on Psalm 23. They write, a queering of Psalm 23.
Sorry.
Welcome back. You're just in time for a queering of Psalm 23.
Oh, I'm so happy. Excuse me.
Queer love is my divine companion. In their company I unfurl with delight. They teach me to question the assumed and the rigid. They lure me with eros, creative and promiscuous. They fill me with the spirit of Stonewall and lead me in the ways of no pride for some of us without liberation for all of us. Even as systems threaten and forces oppress, I will forever act up, for silence is death. And in our holy provocation, you are always with us. You embrace us as chosen family, a comfort in our grief. You celebrate all that nurtures our aliveness in the presence of doctrines and policies that deaden. You bless every trans body. You declare sacred every sexuality. Life overflows with possibilities for becoming. Surely the glory of the peculiar, the outcast, the righteous freaks, and the weirdos will inspire me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell among the thresholds, where the sacred strange subverts every normalized terror, and the queers of all ilks fight for the right to grow old. Amen. Our hymn of response is number 1040 in your teal hymnal, Hush. We will sing verses 1 through 3.
Somebody's calling my name. Hush, hush. Somebody's calling my name. Hush, hush. Somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, what shall I do? What shall I do? Sounds like freedom. Somebody's calling my name. Sounds like freedom. Somebody's calling my name. Sounds like freedom. Somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? What shall I do? Sounds like justice. Somebody's calling my name. Sounds like justice. Somebody's calling my name. Sounds like justice. Somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, what shall I do? What shall I do?
Our reading this morning is Choice by Sir Alex Capitan, a former Unitarian Universalist Association staff member, now a radical copy editor, as Z styles himself. I want to talk about choice. I want to talk about the fact that just because someone who is out to destroy you says you chose to be the way you are, does not mean the best path of protection is to counter with, no, I didn't, it's not a choice. I was born this way and I've always been this way. Is who I am, my gender, my sexuality, a deep and real part of me close to my soul? Yes. Are there choices involved? Of course there are. I have made one choice after another to feel more at ease, more vibrant, more alive. I chose to change my name. I chose to allow myself to open to the idea that I might be attracted to women. I chose to open myself to the idea that, first of all, genderqueer people exist, second, that I might be one, and third, that I might be attracted to other genderqueer folks. After all of this, I chose to remain open to the idea that I was still attracted to men and might actually like being in a relationship with one. If I hadn't made these choices, I never could have lived into my full, authentic self. And you know, there are some things that are more attractive to me than gender. I am attracted to feminists. I'm attracted to queer people and radicals. I'm attracted to people who are assertive and like to make decisions. Is any of this biologically hardwired into me? Probably not. Is all of it impacted by culture? Definitely. But do I have every right to pursue relationships and experiences with whoever I want because it's my body and my sexuality? Yes. It doesn't matter who I seek intimacy, ecstasy, joy, or camaraderie with. Sexuality is sacred. Love is sacred. And I deserve and demand the right to full control over my body and what I do with it and who I share it with. So if anyone ever tries to invalidate you or the way you seek intimacy by saying it's just a choice, tell them choice is sacred. Tell them the inherent right of every person to have full authority and agency over choices they make about their lives and their bodies is a spiritual and human imperative. That there is a word for this and it's liberation. That there is nothing more worth fighting for. Tell them that in your faith tradition, we don't love people despite their differences or because they can't help being different. We love people because of their differences and because diversity enriches our world and our communities. Tell them that in the final reckoning, there is only one choice that will be judged, and that's their choice. Tell them you hope they choose love. Here ends the reading.
Well, I am not Aaron Johns. Unfortunately, Aaron couldn't make it this morning, so I'm going to last minute sing you a song that I wrote inspired by some true events. I was born 3 weeks late, and on a full moon I came out when I wanted to, and I guess now it really changed, 'cause I told my mom when I was 16 that I liked girls and I liked to dream. I always did in my own way. Now you and me are living a teenager's dream. Now I wake in the morning with you by my side, head on your pillow, sleep in your eyes, and I can't believe that you are real. 'Cause I think back to when I was 16, and I would get lost in my dreams. I knew exactly how it would feel.
Hello. Yes, it's me, Satan. I know, what a treat. All I can say right now is, you're welcome. And also, please hold all flash photography for the meet and greet. I'm kidding. Take as many pictures as you like. I'm gorgeous. I mean, what is this face if it's not meant for photography? And I also know what all of you were thinking. Of course, she's British. She's Satan. If Satan were going to be anything, it's a white British person. Now, it's come to my attention that some of you have been blaming me for your problems. And no offense, some of your problems are, for lack of better language, petty and stupid. You're living in the age of the great gifts I've given you: COVID, climate change, and, of all things, BTS, the greatest boy band of all time. Officially breaking up. How dare you? You Karens and Kevins have the audacity to call my manager and complain that I turned your son gay? Gay means happy. I don't want that for any of you. Or I turned your niece transgender. I don't know how I did that, but okay. Or gosh darn it, your cousin non-binary. Oh no, cousin Alex is non-binary. Whatever shall we do? That sounds like torture. Oh. To quote Cher Horowitz in the cinematic classic that was Clueless, as if. I have to be honest with you guys, I'm not Satan. I know it's a shock. I came to you under false pretenses. My name is Autumn Equinox. I'm a proud, non-binary drag entertainer living happily in Columbia, Missouri. And I'm not British, that was a fake accent. These aren't even real horns. They come right off. I know, shocking. I came dressed like this today to bring attention to something that I know will shock everyone in this room. Queers are being demonized. Pause for shocked gasps. That's not new information. Since the day that cis, heterosexual white men looked out their windows at their trans, queer, POC, and femme neighbors and decided that they were the official others, queers, in particular trans women of color, have been demonized and turned into the villains. And you've probably heard it all before. Gay men shouldn't adopt children, they're all pedophiles. Trans women aren't women, they're dressed up like women so they can use the women's restrooms and commit atrocities. The gay agenda in our children's schools is more dangerous than guns. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, people don't say that, but these are the kinds of things that I grew up with. These are the kinds of things I've heard my peers, friends, classmates, even teachers say to me. And even now, as we live in what could be an age of mass understanding and empathy with social media, the metaverse. Sidebar, I know this might, I just want to chill the room out a little bit. Has anyone seen those ads for ads that Meta is plugging? But I'm the bad guy. Facebook is out here plugging ads. They're like, oh no, ads are a good thing. Okay. Even now, as we live in what could be an age of mass understanding and empathy, we are finding our spaces being threatened even harsher than before. Just very recently, an entire state passed the Don't Say Gay bill, which not only outlaws the very use of the words gay, bisexual, trans, lesbian, et al. In children's schools, it also outlaws queer teachers and school employees and encourages school officials to out queer children to their parents. And in Texas, where abortion rights are seeing the worst battle of its existence, we're seeing trans children being taken away from loving homes and families because their parents allowed their children to begin transitioning. I know some of you might be thinking, that's not possible. That can't be happening. It is. Because nothing says, let's not traumatize the children like outing them to their families and taking them out of their loving and nurturing homes. Every day I wake up and it's like I'm in a nightmare. A nightmare that both thankfully and regretfully my cisgendered heterosexual friends will never have to understand. And I love my straight friends. They are true allies. And in this fight, nothing is more important than allies. But the pain I feel living as a queer person in a white cis-het man's world is a pain I wouldn't wish on my worst enemies. Not even Mike Pence. Although I'm sure that's a pain he probably knows all too well. The closet is a very beautiful place, what can I say? To my allies who ask, what can I do? This is what you can do. Say gay. Say gay, say gay. Say gay, say trans, say bi, lesbian, non-binary, asexual, two-spirit. Go through the whole rainbow alphabet every hour of every day at every possible opportunity, and not just during the month of June when Target and Walmart start throwing rainbow-colored merch at you. Say gay. Say it loud and proud and often. Say it in front of problematic Uncle Carl. I know we all have that one, problematic Uncle Carl. And don't be afraid, hey, Aunt Trish, that works too. And don't be afraid that it might ruin Christmas. You should not be having Christmas with problematic Uncle Carl anyway. Hey. To my allies, your allyship is the most important thing in this fight because in reality, your privilege means your voice will be heard. Now, my voice may be the loudest, as we know. It may be the most powerful. It could be the most educated voice in the room, but at the end of the day, it is also still the gayest. And gays, as we know, are demons. And to my brethren, sistren, and theythrin, it's a word I made up, it's cute. Know this, you are not alone. You are never alone. The whole point of these Don't Say Gay bills and these anti-trans laws and these Proud Boys marching into drag story times and harassing children, they are harassing children at drag story times. My friends are being terrorized. Is to single us out and make us feel like we are alone, like we are nothing, but we are not nothing. We are everything. Because for as much power as they think they have taken away from us by making us the others, they have given us new powers. Unity, pride, community. We are greater than the imaginary yokes they placed on our backs. We are queer. And to the heterosexuals out there, who still think being gay is my fault, and I should be ashamed because I'm a Satan-worshiping demon, ooh. It reminds me of Eve and how she just kept complaining about how hungry she was. And I, dressed as an innocent little snake, cute and adorable, lightly suggested, nay hinted, that she should eat this forbidden apple from a forbidden tree. And then she did. And what did she do? She blamed me, the talking snake. Now, I'm not trying to make Eve out to be the heavy. God knows she's had enough of it over the years. But if all you need is a talking snake to defy the will of God, maybe it's not the snake. Maybe, just maybe, maybe you're the problem. That'll make sense a lot more when my second number comes on. It's called Maybe You're the Problem. I say thank you and have a lovely evening. Oh wait, it's Jay. I'm used to doing these speeches in the middle of the night. Excuse me. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much to this morning's speakers. We're going to sing together, There's a River Flowing in My Soul. I'm going to have you look in your order of service for the number because I didn't bring my order of service to the pulpit.
1007.
1007. Let's join in singing. You can stand or be seated as you are most comfortable.
There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing in my soul.
Take courage, friends. The way is often hard, the stakes are very high, and the path is never clear. Take courage. For deep down, there is another truth. You are not alone. We are together in love. Go in blessing and be the blessing that you already are to the world that needs our care. And let us sing our benediction.
Now on leaving one another, may we give a hand in heart. Let us share